Sunday. What is it? Passiontide. What is that? Before we can answer those questions, we have to explain what Lent is. Lent is a 40-day period to mimic the 40 days that Jesus spent in the desert. Those 40 days do not include Sundays. The reason? In the earliest writings of the Bible in the Old Testament, God told us, honor the Sabbath, do not work on the Sabbath. The Sabbath is a day of rest. So Sundays do not count during the period of Lent. Lent starts out on Ash Wednesday, but the previous day is called Shrove Tuesday. Shrove Tuesday is a day where the Christian church would celebrate, have feasts, show their love for their neighbor, for their families, and for God. Shrove Tuesdays are also when the breakfast bunch puts on a lovely pancake supper, enjoyed by all. Then we come to Ash Wednesday, the next day, the true start of Lent. This 40-day period is meant to show our devotion to God, our love of God, our piety. People are expected to give something up for Lent to show their true devotion. Hands up anybody that gave up something for Lent this year. Times have changed. 100 years ago, you couldn't say that. Everybody had to give up something for Lent. And of course, 100 years ago, the ladies all had hats. The men had suits and ties. Times have changed. But have they really? I hear people talking about the Christian faith and how it may be suffering, that it may be dying. My comeback is, what year is it? It's 2019 AD. What does AD stand for? Anno Domini. The year of his birth. Here we are, 2,000 years later, still going back to the days of Christ. Now, what is the Passion? Where does that come into the equation? The Passion is a love for things and can be applied to a lot of things. Laurie has a passion for music. Bob Field has a passion for painting. He paints everything in the church. If it needs paint, Bob does it. He has a passion for that. Bruce and Marge have a passion for euchre. Every second Wednesday, they're here playing euchre. That's a passion. Marilyn Park has a passion for baking, and she does a wonderful job with it. I have a passion for auto racing and classical music. Grandmothers have a passion for their grandchildren, which is wonderful. So, how do we get to Passion Sunday? It's the second last Sunday before Easter, the fifth Sunday in Lent. The last Sunday before Easter, of course, is Palm Sunday, next Sunday. Next Sunday, Jesus will be welcomed into Jerusalem, riding on a donkey, going into the holy city, welcomed by all as the Messiah. Sadly, this journey into the holy city extremely upset the ruling Romans. They couldn't believe that there was somebody who was going to take away from their power, from their control over the Jewish people. So that triggered a series of events, which, as we all know, did not end well. The week between Palm Sunday and Easter Sunday is called Holy Week. Many things happen in Holy Week back in my preaching throughout the city. Thursday night, Maundy Thursday, Jesus held the Last Supper. He washed the feet of his disciples. He did this to show that he was a servant of all and was not above anybody. Of course, the next day, Jesus was arrested and hung on a cross. Good Friday, in my opinion, has the wrong name. I don't think it was a Good Friday at all. However, that's the name it has. And of course, Sunday, good things began to happen. Jesus rose from the dead, ascended into heaven to be with his Father. And he went on for another 40 days before he eventually stayed in heaven. These are things that happen around Easter. So what does this mean to us as Christians? Volunteering was mentioned by Marilyn Willis here about 2 months ago, about what volunteering does here for our church. We have many volunteers who do things over and above the normal call of duty. The first one to come to mind is Sandy Wesley. Sandy runs the Inn Out of the Cold in the basement. I'm currently writing a story about the history of the Inn Out of the Cold here at Central United Church. And it's a tremendous story. We can be so proud as a Christian church, a caring community, with what has taken place with the Inn Out of the Cold. Sandy has taken it under her wing and has done wonderful things with the Inn Out of the Cold. She has brought in more and more volunteers. She has brought in more and more suppliers. We are getting donations. We are getting people bringing in used clothing and what have you for these people, the unfortunate people who require this. They are feeding at night many people. People that don't stay for the night but come because, as they're called, the working poor. So this is volunteering at its finest. Now what about the rest of us? What can we do? Where can we volunteer? How about we volunteer at the hospital? I know there are people in this congregation who volunteer at the hospital. How about the library? Many places love having volunteers. This is what Jesus would have wanted of us, all of us, to be volunteers in the community, showing the love of Jesus, the love of God. As we read in the book of Matthew, chapter 22, verse 39, we love thy neighbor as love thy neighbor as thyself. So that is the overwhelming message that we should take from here today. Where do we go from here now in the Christian church? We read on a daily basis where the United Church of Canada is closing churches on a weekly basis. What does that mean? Have times changed that much? Fundamentalist churches seem to be full. Their message is the Bible. What can we do about that? I don't have the answer. I'm not sure if anybody out there has the answer or not. This message this morning is not very long. The first service was not very long. But hopefully, moving forward, we can continue to do the wonderful work that Jesus has asked justice.